G-Man Boxing. Do you know what I mean? Every single live he donates. I see him on other lives donating. He's got the bag on it.
February last year was when we had the rematch of Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder. Now going into that fight, me and several others, we were all kind of split down the middle. Some people were picking Fury, some people were picking Wilder. We all kind of agreed it would be a very competitive fight. Now, fight happened. Tyson Fury won the fight pretty decisively, it has to be said. You know, he barely put a foot wrong in that fight, stopped Deontay Wilder in 7 rounds. Now, fast forward to now, we're in October 2021. It's about 18, 19 months after the fact, so it's a while. It's a good while. And we're only getting to this trilogy fight now. There's been a variety of reasons as to why that's happened, but like that, we're only getting to the trilogy fight now. Now, I fully believe that if Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder 3 would have happened in, we'll say, July or August of last year, it would have been repeat, and it would have been repeat in double quick time. You know, I don't think it would have went 7 rounds. I think it would have went a lot less than that, and Tyson Fury would have won again, because I just genuinely didn't believe that at that time Deontay Wilder had recovered at all mentally from what happened, and I believe the demons of that rematch would have just instantly reared their ugly head, and God knows what would have happened in that rematch had it happened back then, but Tyson Fury would have won again. In my opinion, that's what would have happened. But that didn't happen. We didn't get it in June, July last year. We're meant to get it in July of this year, but obviously it's been pushed back now to October. So Deontay Wilder is coming into this fight. He's got a new trainer in Malik Scott, who some people have said, is he just another yes man? And I think that Malik Scott maybe is having a look at Deontay Wilder and thinking, I need to get him to do certain things. But I'm smart enough to know that this guy isn't going to respond well to me saying, I need you to do this. What's he saying? I know better than you. So Malik Scott, I think, kind of realises that, look, Deontay Wilder is the way he is. How do I get him to do what I want without basically saying it? And I spoke about that in, I think, Review of the Week or one of my other videos, where I said basically it's a bit like what Angelo Dundee used to do with Muhammad Ali when Muhammad Ali came to him first. Now, Deontay Wilder at this stage, as I said, he's had 18, 19 months to recover mentally from the second Tyson Fury fight. And he said it himself in interviews that if this fight had happened last year, you know, God knows what would have happened, but he's had more time now to just really reassess everything. And I genuinely think this is going to do Deontay Wilder the world of good going into this trilogy fight. That's why going into this fight, I'm thinking about it a lot more. You know, originally when they were talking about this fight first, I was just thinking, oh God, we're getting this again. Do we really need to see it again? I seen it twice, and each time I felt Fury won. Do I really need to see it again? But now going into this one, it has just a little bit of a different feel to it. I genuinely feel the time out of the ring has done Deontay Wilder good, but like that, the time out of the ring potentially hasn't done Tyson Fury that much good, because Tyson Fury is someone who, when he's out of the ring, his behaviour can be a bit sporadic. You know, he tends to, whatever you want to say about Deontay Wilder, whether you love him, whether you hate him, whether you think he's smart or whether you think he's dumb, he's a consummate professional. We can't take that away from him. When have you ever seen Deontay Wilder out of shape? I've never seen him out of shape. Never in my life. I've watched him for however many years. Never seen him looking even remotely fat. Never seen him out of shape. I've seen Tyson Fury out of shape a lot. I've seen him not looking exactly, you know, the tightest around the midriff. Though he never will be, but I've still seen him looking, you know, very fleshy around the midriff. So for me, I'm wondering, has Deontay Wilder just been going about his training, you know, letting the mental scars heal, whereas Tyson Fury, although he has no mental scars from the rematch, has he been kind of just, you know, neglecting his training a little bit? You know, has he been, you know, maybe, you know, taking things a little bit too easy? Or maybe not neglecting his training, but maybe has he put on a little bit too much, you know, that sort of way. Like, I'm just surmising here, you know. They could stand in the scales and Fury could be perfect. Well, I'm just surmising. But given Fury's track history, they say a tree is known by its fruits. If Tyson Fury's done that in the past when he's been inactive, I've no reason to believe why he wouldn't do it again. Now, Both guys have been out of the ring for a similar... Well, they've been out of the ring for the same period. I'm going to say similar, the same. Both guys' last fight was against each other, and their fight will be against each other. Now, they do say that boxers, people who rely on reflexes, people who, you know, are good with time and stuff like that, they tend to be the guys who hurt the most from inactivity. Where if you look at some, say, pressure fighters, and Deontay Wilder's not really a pressure fighter, but he's definitely not going to be... He's not going to be selling Tyson Fury feints. He's not going to be shoulder rolling. You know, he's not going to be doing, you know, a Floyd Mayweather impression in there. He's not going to be doing that. We know what Deontay Wilder's about. We know his trick. It's a hell of a trick, but it is just one trick. I wonder again, does that favour Deontay Wilder? So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, although the rematch was very much one-sided, Deontay Wilder with a bit more time to get, you know, to get kind of mentally healed, maybe working on some new things at Malik Scott that maybe he doesn't think he's doing, maybe Malik Scott knows, and going into this rematch quietly confident. Tyson Fury, you know, on the other hand, the inactivity might hinder him a little bit. He might not be as sharpest. You know, we've seen that with Fury. He can be a bit sporadic in his performances, especially when he doesn't feel a perceived threat. And how do we not know that going into this fight, the third fight, having seen what he did in the rematch, maybe Tyson Fury doesn't feel a perceived threat. And we know at times he can fight to the level he believes his opponent is. You know, I suppose with Wallin, he didn't see a perceived threat. It was a very hard fight for him. You know, and then fast forward to the next fight, Wilder, perceived threat, brilliant. You know, it could flip-flop again. So I think this fight's interesting. I really do. I really do. I'm going to give a little bit more of a detailed probably prediction maybe Friday or so, but I definitely see this fight as being a lot more competitive than the second fight. I think that Deontay Wilder stands a very good chance in this trilogy fight. Make no mistake about it. Whether you like the guy, whether you don't like the guy, you have to say that Deontay Wilder, consummate professional, tremendous puncher, and he only needs Fury to make a little slight mistake. He came close a couple of times in the first round, make no mistake about it. Those right hands missed Fury by a whisker in the first round of that second fight. If Wilder lands, we know what will happen. So it's very interesting to me. Having said that, I do also, before I want to finish, just say this, that with Wilder, he may think that he's over what happened in that rematch, you know, what Tyson Fury did to Beaton. But I wonder what happens when Fury does, you know, eventually start hitting Wilder hard with some jabs or some right hands. I wonder, will the excuses, the suit, the egg weights, etc., etc., I wonder, will that kind of dawn on Wilder that, okay, that wasn't what happened. I'm in a similar position. What do I do? Will the demons rear their ugly head when he's in with the man who put a beating on him and potentially is going to do it again? What will happen to Deontay Wilder then? Will he capitulate? Or will he rise above it? Will he say, no, that was then, this is now? That's an interesting one. I don't know. That's why I'm intrigued about this rematch. It's our trilogy fight. It's grown on me. You know, it's definitely grown on me. So I'm going to leave it there. I want to know what you guys' thoughts in the comment section is. Who do you think, because I'll just ask you now, who do you think is going to win this fight? But do you, like me, think that the longer this fight is going, or the longer this fight's been dragged on for, the more it's favoured Deontay Wilder, in a sense that he's been able to put what happened in the trilogy fight, given the fact it was so long ago now, behind him and move forward? Or do you think that it doesn't matter, you could give Deontay Wilder 5 years, what happened in that rematch will always be with him? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you could, smash the like button. It helps your boys' channel grow. Might even get a sponsor, who knows, someday on this channel. I'd love to get that. I'd love to. If you know anyone, I'm available. Just saying, plug in the channel. There you go. But if you could, smash the like button, subscribe of course if you haven't already. I hope you're having a great day. For now, lads and lassies, peace.